All right, we are back with another episode of It's That Easy, and today we're talking about the national championship game. Big game between University of Miami and University of Indiana. So here's one thing I'm going to put out there. What if I told you there was one bet you could make that would times 36 your money? We're going to talk about that a little later.
Does it involve midgets?
As always, I'm with my partner, Big Peso. What's happening, man?
What's happening, Rob?
You ready for this? Ready for this big game, man?
I think so. I hope so.
I know. This a week ago, I thought I knew who was going to win. After listening to all these people talk and all these things about both teams, man,
yeah,
I'm not so sure anymore. So,
yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's get into it. So, if you're watching, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. That'd be awesome. We truly appreciate that, man. So, so Indiana, I actually just saw it right now. I think the number's down to 7.5. So Indiana is now 7.5 point favorite, but the over/under is still at 48.5.
Okay.
But man, yeah. So I pulled up some stats. You might have some of the same ones, but let's look at them here, and I'll let you talk about some of them because I know you probably got some of these as well.
Yeah, it looks good.
Well, and so I know they always got to do. IU's got to play defense as well, but I figured the biggest thing was going to be the Indiana offense against the Miami defense. So
right.
You got any of these numbers? Or you want to talk about some of these?
Man, I like all of those. You know, the one thing that I've noticed though is those numbers are for the year.
Correct. Yeah.
But you look at their games over their last 3 games, and they are different.
Gotcha.
Now, Indiana's offense. They were running for 218. They were scoring 42.
Yep.
Throwing for 240, like crazy, ridiculous number. I mean, that's how he won the Heisman.
Yep.
But then you go back and you look at their last 3 games, and now they're down to 360 total yards. They're throwing for 190. They're running for 170.
I know their passing is down. Yeah.
Yep. And they're scoring 35 points a game.
Wow.
But one thing that everybody keeps talking about Miami's defense, no one's talking about IU's defense.
Yep.
All through the year, all through the playoffs, 11 points a game is what they average. So that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it is. And I think Oregon scored at the very end. So 22 points they scored. Yeah, it was actually like 15 points, so.
Yep.
So looking at some of these numbers here, one thing that stood out to me, obviously Miami, number 1 in sacks this year, 47 sacks. That's a scary number because they really turned it up, because remember they lost to I think they lost to Louisville this year, and they had another loss this year, a couple losses that were kind of weird losses. I thought maybe they're not the team they're supposed to be, but as the season kept going on, man, they started beating everybody, and then over the last 3 games, like you said, then they've really turned up the defense and really gotten after the quarterback. Other than Ole Miss, the guy from Ole Miss, that guy was running around like crazy.
Chambliss, man.
Almost beat those guys. But another thing was, look at the third down efficiency. They hold teams to 30% third down conversion rate, whereas Indiana's 58.5. So, what's crazy about this is at the end of this game, something's going to give, or you're going to be like, oh, yeah, this one made it over this one,
Something else, talking about conversion rates.
Yeah.
Miami's offense, they're one of the top 4th down conversion teams in the country. They convert over 68% of their 4th downs to first downs.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, and I think they went for like 25 times this year. I mean, pretty substantial number.
Yeah.
So,
and I know once you cross the 50, I'm pretty sure everybody's going for it on 4th down, so.
I think so.
And that's changed. Even pro-wise, that's been happening as well.
Yeah, you were talking about Miami playing Louisville. Yeah, they lost to Louisville 24-21. I went back trying to find teams that kind of resembled this matchup with IU and Miami.
Yeah.
Just for Miami. And I came up with Louisville, SMU on the road.
Oh, that's right. Yep. That's the other
and
one.
Ohio State.
Okay.
Those three, their numbers are kind of similar. They beat Louisville 24-21. They lost to Louisville
Yeah.
24-21. They lost to SMU 26-20,
Right.
and they beat Ohio State 24-14. So I don't know, man. I like it. And then I
Well,
look at
yeah.
on the Indiana side, they handled a really good, like maybe one of the best pass defenses in the country with Oregon's pass D. They handled those guys, and they posted 56 points on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Alabama, their defense was surging at the time. They beat the inbreds from Alabama by 35.
Yeah, that was
Damn, man.
yeah. They made them look really, really bad, man.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
bad. Another thing that remember we actually watched the Indiana Penn State game. Remember when Penn
Oh,
State I thought was going to beat them, right?
yeah.
And they came back at the end with these unbelievable catches. That's another thing I've seen in these last 3 games is the Indiana receivers have been catching
Underrated,
like
man.
yeah, they're like playing out of their mind right now. They go up and catch anything that's around them. So
Jerry Jones, take note. Indiana's receivers. We need them.
and one thing I didn't see a lot of, and I don't think they said a lot of it during the year, but the quarterback from Indiana, he took off running a couple times against Oregon, and
Yeah,
even though he
Mendoza,
held
yeah.
the ball, like he held the ball out one time, he knocked it out of his hand, but he's got to
Right.
protect that ball. But
Yeah.
he's willing to take off, and so I guess if the Miami defense gets too much, the pass rush gets too much, he can still run the ball.
Beck,
Probably a little better
Beck-
than Beck. I don't know.
Carson Beck tried to run a little bit too.
Well, he did. He did his best impression of Vince Young, scoring that
Yeah.
last touchdown to put him ahead. That was pretty
Got that
impressive.
game winner.
It was a game winner. That was pretty good. So when you're looking at these numbers here, and I know like both of them have really good offense. One has really good offense. One has really good defense. Like one of them's gonna step up today, and one of them's not. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
on who's gonna do their job tonight? That's gonna go home with a national championship trophy.
I think, I think Indiana, I think it's going to be a running attack by Indiana.
Okay.
You look at how Mendoza plays. He doesn't go out there putting up huge numbers. He has.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
I went back and looked at his 2 best passing games, and that was 305 against Wisconsin, 332 against Michigan State. But that's not how he won the Heisman. He won the Heisman by going 16 or 17 for 20,
Yeah.
175 to 200 yards.
Yeah.
No interceptions. I mean, he plays controlled. He plays, percentage passes.
Yeah.
And then he's got stud receivers to go up and get it. But this game, I look for his running backs to do something. I look for them to show up. But Miami's rush defense, the last 3,
Yeah.
they're only giving up 85 yards a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the last 3, Indiana's running for 170. On the other side, I think you cut Carson Beck loose. I think you tell him, look, man, first of all, you're ugly. That's the first thing. Like you've got those sunken eyes. Maybe your T's not as low as Aaron Rodgers, but something's wrong. Your girl left you.
I think his age is different too because his hairline it starts pretty far back. So I'm thinking like they're lying to us about his age. He's got to be in
That
his
dude's like
mid-30s.
34.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's older, but I think they throw the ball more against Indiana than a lot of people are thinking because Miami's got a good run game.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I think they're going to have to put the ball in the air a little bit. I think Indiana's going to have to try to run the ball more than they want to, but
Well, they got to
yeah,
do something to keep the rush off of off the quarterback.
definitely. And then you look at time of possession. Indiana's great at controlling the time of possession. So I go back and I look. Let's see. When Miami played Ole Miss, in Ole Miss, they were 500 yards a game coming into that game.
Right. Right.
They held them to under 400, but Miami ran the ball for over 190 yards. And
Yes.
they controlled that time of possession. They had 41-19 on time of possession.
Yeah.
Don't know that I'll
Yeah.
ever see that again.
Yeah,
And
I
they ran
know.
the ball 50 times in that game.
It's like every time they got a first, it was by 1 yard. They get 1 or 2 yards past the first down,
Just enough.
start it over. And I thought they were really trying to just keep the ball away from Ole Miss, but then the
Yeah.
second half it got away from them because then they had to get in a shootout. And I guess Carson Beck semi proved that he could also throw the ball, and if they needed to win in a shootout, he could do that as well. So
Right.
man, that's gonna be
And
fun.
one thing I found, Miami always scores at least 7 points in the fourth quarter, every game of the year.
Gotcha.
So
Well, if Indiana gets out like they did in these last couple of games, they're going to need to score a lot more than 7 points in the fourth quarter to
yeah,
catch
yeah.
up, man.
And I think Miami's offense is better than a lot of us get credit for. Now A&M held Miami to 10 points,
Right.
but in 6 of the last 7, they scored at least 24. And
Yep.
they gave up 27 to Ole Miss, but 6 of the last 7 they held those guys to under 17.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't know.
well, that's just so Indiana. You think they're more like Ole Miss, or you think they're more like A&M offensively?
I think Indiana's more like A&M, except not with like a disturbed quarterback who cries and
You think this
sleeps
guy's
in the
got it
fetal
together,
position.
huh? So
Yeah.
all right. So with Indiana 7.5 points, favorite, and the over under at 48.5. What are you thinking there?
Well, I played this in a teaser
Okay.
when it was 8.5. I took Miami plus 21.5, and I teased that number down and played the over.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it could be one of those. Even if they struggle scoring early, I could see where third, fourth quarter, man, they start to score. Like it really gets
Yeah.
exciting. So they could blow past that 48.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, man. I mean, Oregon's got a great pass defense, and IU still lit them up.
True. True.
So
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's hard to say, who's going to show up, because you think
you talked about Penn State.
Yeah.
Remember Penn State? I hadn't even heard of that running back before, and I think he ran for 200 yards against them.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt we're going to see some of that again, along with the drunk Michael Irvin jumping around on the sideline.
No, he won't be jumping. He's usually on all fours. I guess
Oh
he's
my
barking.
God.
I'm not sure what he's doing. It's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
embarrassing though. Like he's an ex-cowboy. I'm like, come on, man.
come on, man.
Stand up, please.
So who do you like? You like Miami or Indiana?
I gotta go. Man, it's hard. Like you usually don't talk about home cooking in these games, but on some weird chance, this ended up in Miami. Miami's
Yeah.
there. Man, it's hard to go against a home team, especially the 8.5 points.
Oh
If
my
I had
God,
to
yeah.
just pick money line, I could see where Indiana can come out on top at the end there, but I don't think it's
Yeah.
by 8.5 points. I don't think it's like what they did to Oregon. I think
No.
it's more like the game against Penn State where they
Yep.
like you're fighting back and forth. You got to score using the run, and then all of a sudden, it's like who's going to have the ball, who can produce at the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. The one thing that worries me for Indiana is the size of the Miami line. So the Hurricanes' offensive line, hey man, them boys are full grown. They didn't miss any meal. They average 50 pounds heavier per player
Jeez.
on the O line versus the IU defensive line. Now, it's worked all year for Indiana. I mean, they beat Alabama
Right.
and Ohio State, who
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
also have giant lines.
Yeah.
But Cignetti does a thing where he rotates his players. He's always keeping those guys fresh. He's got 8 defensive linemen who all get a ton of playing time.
Okay. Okay.
But Miami's O line, 6'6" to 6'9", 330 to 350.
Man.
The little tiny guy is their center. He's only 300 pounds.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and then 6'9", the left tackle Bell, he hasn't allowed a sack all season.
Man. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
So then I ask myself, with a line that big, does Miami try to exert the will and pass the ball? I mean, run the ball?
Right. Right.
Or do they know they can keep the little guys from Indiana from touching Beck? And does he sit back there and pass?
True. Yeah.
And I go back and forth on that, man. I don't know. I mean, Cristobal definitely has his options there. But like you said, I think 7.5, 8.5 points is too many. I like the Hoosiers to win, but I'm taking Miami plus the points and a teaser. Like I said, it's a home game.
Yeah, it is. It is. So let me give you my 36 times bet. So you
Yes.
mentioned earlier that Carson Beck could run. If Carson Beck scores the first touchdown tonight, your $10 bet could be worth $360
Okay.
just for Carson Beck to do that. So I don't know. It's worth a try, man. You know, if you're doing prop bets and you want to know, maybe he's got the bug now, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna run this thing. Just give me the ball. But yeah, so you said the teaser. I'm like you. I kind of like Miami with the plus points because I think it's gonna be. I think I say this all the time. It doesn't always happen, but I think it's gonna come down to like field goal. You know, something at the end is gonna be, or you're up by 4. The other team's got to score. They end up winning by
Right.
3 or something like that. You know, so I think it's gonna be that close because I don't think Miami's defense is gonna let it get away from them. You know, so
So what if you took Miami plus 21.5, take Indiana plus 4.5?
yep.
Do you think it's a higher or lower scoring game?
Oh, that's a
Do you
tough
think it's
one,
right
man.
around that number, 48?
I think they score. I think they can both score, and they'll
You
score.
think they score more than 35?
I think they score more than 35. Yeah,
So then tease the number down to 35.
to
Do you
35.
think they score 30 points apiece?
Ooh. I think it's more in the 20s apiece, you know, 27, 24, 27,
So
23,
why
something
not
like
do a
that.
13-point teaser? All four ways this time.
I
Over
like it.
35.5, under 61.5, IU plus 4.5, Miami plus 21.5.
Wow. That's actually a pretty good one.
I think I'm gonna do it.
I like it. I like it. So you heard it first, people. Here you go. That's the bet right there. So
I'm gonna get that money.
that's right. So yeah, if you're watching, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. This is obviously our last show for college football for this year. It's been really
Damn.
fun, really
Yeah.
good, man. Learned a lot about a lot of teams, especially how bad A&M is and how bad Texas Tech's offense is. Next year is going to be good. Hey, and we should end up doing a show where we talk about the players that are going to these new teams through the transfer portal because there's a lot of
Definitely.
them, a lot of them,
That's big business, man.
and Texas is got a couple that are coming that are some big time recruits. So looking forward to that. Well, cool, man. Well, let's get this money. Let's see what happens tonight. Next show should be talking about those crazy NFL playoffs, and as we look ahead to the AFC and the NFC championship game. So
Drake May.
that's right. For Big Peso and myself, we'll see you guys next time.